Michael, I detect vehicles headed our way. Turbo boost. Activated, Michael.
What up? This is Matt with GearZombie, and today we're going to talk about the Magic Bus by Cat Audio.
GearZombie.
Okay, this time instead of what's in the box, we're going to talk about what is the box. The Magic Bus, what is it? If you just want the Reader's Digest version, this is basically the output bus circuitry of a high-end analog console. Okay, maybe a slightly higher-end analog console. So why do you want this? Why would you want the circuitry from an output bus on a high-end analog board? What is this doing for you in the current digital age? Well, let's talk about a couple things first. Let's talk about trends. Right now, some of the things you're starting to see in the music market overall is people moving away from the digital platform, not entirely away from the digital platform, but moving pieces away and replacing them with some analog parts. I have a couple of theories as to why that would be, and this is just my bro science speculation. Most of the current generation of people that are home audio engineers or even professional audio engineers have learned their craft completely inside the box. I'm one of those guys that learned completely inside the box. I've got my cards, I've got my DAW, I've got my plugins, and that's that. And one of the things that people try to do when recording inside the box is make it sound more analog, even to the point that we add like virtual tape drives. I'm one of those guys. I use the Slate Everything bundle, and whenever I get to the end of my mix and I start doing my final mixing and mastering, one of the first things I do on my output bus is I throw on a virtual tape drive and give it just a little bit, like enough that it adds just the feel of tape. Now, if you use the Slate bundle or any other kind of plugin pack, you're gonna see a lot of emulation. You're gonna see preamp emulation, you're gonna see tape drive emulation, you're gonna see all different kinds of emulators. And all these work really, really well. Stick with me. Guitar modelers. Sonically, I don't miss tube amps. So now I have a fantastic modeler that I can plug my guitar into, run direct to the front of house, or run direct into my DAW. I can change my virtual heads, my virtual cabinets, my virtual stomp boxes. Or you can do what a lot of people do and still run your tube amps. Because in the end, regardless of how it sounds sonically, there is something that is gooder, the most awesomest, about playing your tube amp into a cabinet, through a mic, into your DAW, let her rip, tater chip. It doesn't really matter what you have for a card. Most of them are kind of designed to do the same sort of thing. Those are designed to take a very clean signal and send it to your DAW. If you're using the preamps, they're meant to be very just kind of pristine. They don't color the sound. So if you want a good, rich preamp sound, you use something like the Avalon 737 that I've had permanently on loan thanks to Gene. Then I can get all the tube awesomeness of a fantastic preamp going into my pristine sounding card into my DAW. Now, when I talked to Cat Audio, there's a few different ways that they recommended I run this. They said they'll run it on the output of just about anything. Guitars, for example, if you wanted to run a direct out, that will make it sound like it's running through a high-end board. Vocals, you name it, whatever you wanted to do, you could run through here. What I personally found is I fiddled with this for quite a while, and the results I had when I ran independent instruments through here were just, okay, it's cool, but where I really noticed it was when I ran a whole mix through it. That's when this made the most significant difference. The mix really came alive. For starters, it was louder. The other thing I noticed is it took my mix, it made it clearer, and bigger. So I recorded a song that was intentionally meant to be dynamic because I really wanted to show what this did with dynamics, how much different it made the mix sound in any situation I was using it in. All right, let's check it out. We've got this set up now where I've got two DAWs running and two cards. So we've got my primary DAW here. We're gonna play back the original mix that I have for this track, and we're gonna record it onto this laptop here. Again, the reason I'm doing this is just for the ease of the demo. You don't have to run it this way. You could actually just loop it out of your interface and back in if you wanted to. In this case, it was a lot easier for me to just swap my outputs back and forth to show you the difference here. So I've got one set of outs that are just coming right off my card and another set of outs that are running through the Magic Bus. So let's take a listen and see what difference it makes. Okay, let's start this off with just the Motu. Let's move it to Magic Bus. Back to Motu. Magic Bus. Let's look at the visual difference in the waveform that the Magic Bus makes. You can see really clearly in the waveform what is Magic Bus and what is just right off my Motu. You can see the audio level right here, and that was just straight off the Motu, and then the minute that I hit go on the Magic Bus, the waveform picked up in size. As the song grew, you can see step by step. You can see where I changed outputs here. And then once the song got bigger, the difference was a lot more significant. So Cat Audio is just getting ready to release this guy, and from what I understand, the street price for this is going to be $479. I have their Facebook page and their Reverb page listed in the description down below. I think this is an awesome tool to have in your toolbox. I don't know, what do you think? Is this something that you'd add in your rig? Leave a comment down below. And if you like anything else that was going on in this video, hit like, hit subscribe. There's a ton of other content, and this will probably be making an appearance in another video or two down the road. Until next time.
After all, we're only human, right?
Till next time, GearZombie.